For 3 years, they laughed at the old cleaning lady who scrubbed their floors. They called her stupid, worthless, invisible, but when Commander Morrison's secret started disappearing, they learned the truth: she wasn't a cleaner at all. She was their worst nightmare, hiding in plain sight. Before you watch full story, comment below from which country are you watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more amazing stories. Maya Chen pushed her cleaning cart down the gray hallway of Building 47. The wheels squeaked loudly, but nobody looked at her. They never did. She was 52 years old, short and overweight, with messy gray hair. Her thick glasses made her eyes look small. She wore a faded blue cleaning uniform that was too big for her. She walked with a limp. Building 47 was a secret government facility. A black site where intelligence operations happened, the kind of place that didn't officially exist. Maya had worked there as a cleaning lady for 3 years. Every night she cleaned offices, emptied trash cans, and scrubbed toilets. And every night, the agents treated her like she was invisible. "Move," Agent Derek Stone said, pushing past her without looking up. "You're blocking the hallway." Maya stepped aside quickly. "Sorry, sir." Derek laughed to his partner, Agent Lisa Grant. "She barely speaks English. How did she even get clearance to work here?" They walked away, still laughing. But Maya's eyes behind those thick glasses were sharp and alert. She was watching everything. Remembering everything. Because Maya Chen wasn't really a cleaning lady at all. Before she became invisible, Maya had been Captain Maya Chen, one of the best intelligence analysts in the country. She had graduated top of her class from West Point. She spoke 7 languages. She had 2 master's degrees. Her specialty was finding traitors who sold government secrets. 5 years ago, Maya was part of a team investigating corruption in the intelligence community. They had evidence that someone high up was selling secrets to foreign governments. They were close to finding out who. Then everyone on her team was killed in a bombing in Berlin. The official report said it was a terrorist attack. Bad luck. But Maya knew better. Someone had known exactly where her team would be. She survived only because she stepped outside to take a phone call. The explosion threw her through a window. While recovering in the hospital, Maya made a decision. She would disappear. Change her appearance. Create a new identity. And she would find the traitor who killed her team. That's how she ended up at Building 47, hiding in plain sight as someone nobody would notice. Working at Building 47 meant enduring constant disrespect. But Maya had learned to use it to her advantage. Every morning at 6 a.m., she arrived before most agents. She would sit in the small break room reserved for cleaning staff, drinking cheap coffee from a cracked mug. The room had no windows, just flickering fluorescent lights and the smell of old food. Other cleaning staff would come and go, but Maya kept to herself. She couldn't risk getting close to anyone. Couldn't risk someone discovering who she really was. At 7 a.m., the agents would start arriving. Maya would watch them through the break room door. Their expensive suits, their confident walks. Their phones always pressed to their ears, discussing classified operations they thought no one else could understand. But Maya understood. She understood everything. One morning, Agent Tom Carter dumped his coffee on the floor right in front of Maya. "Oops," he said, smirking. "Better clean that up, Grandma." His friends laughed. Maya got her mop without a word. As she cleaned, Tom continued talking to his colleagues. "I don't understand why they even hire people like her. She's probably senile. Should be in a nursing home, not in a classified facility." Maya scrubbed the floor, memorizing every word of their conversation. They were discussing a surveillance operation in Moscow. Details they would never share if they knew she was really listening. This happened almost every day. Different agents. Different insults. But always the same assumption, that she was too stupid, too old, too insignificant to matter. They had no idea that every cruel word, every dismissive gesture, every careless conversation was being recorded in Maya's perfect memory. In the afternoons, Maya would clean the bathrooms. It was the worst part of her job, but also the most valuable. Agents would come in and continue their phone conversations, thinking no one important could hear them. Maya learned more from bathroom cleaning than from any official briefing. She learned which agents were having affairs. Who was in debt? Who was angry about being passed over for promotion? Who drank too much? Who had secrets they were desperate to hide? All of this information went into her mental database. Because you never knew what detail might become important later. Maya's main suspect was Commander James Morrison, the director of Building 47. He was 63 years old, with silver hair and an impressive reputation. 40 years in intelligence work. Everyone respected him. But Maya had noticed things about Morrison that others missed. The way he always paid cash at the cafeteria, never using a credit card. The way he made certain phone calls outside the building instead of from his secure office, the way he would sometimes disappear for hours with no explanation. Small details. But Maya had learned that traitors revealed themselves in small details. Maya cleaned his office every night at 11 p.m. It was the most important part of her day. Morrison's office had dark wood furniture and leather chairs. One wall showed his awards and photos with presidents. But Maya wasn't interested in decorations. She was interested in the files Morrison left on his desk. Tonight there were several documents. A mission report from Istanbul. A surveillance summary about a Russian diplomat. A budget request for an operation in Southeast Asia. Maya memorized every visible page. She also checked his trash can carefully. There were shredded papers inside. She collected the shredded pieces in her trash bag. Later, she would spend hours putting them back together like a puzzle. Tedious work, but sometimes it revealed important information. As she dusted the bookshelf, Maya noticed something new. A copy of The Art of War that hadn't been there last week. Morrison already owned 3 copies of this book. Why buy another one? Maya made a mental note. New items were always significant. Watch where you're going. Maya turned to find Derek Stone in the doorway. He'd been drinking. Sorry, sir. Very sorry, Maya said, keeping her eyes down. Derek looked at her with disgust. Do you even understand what we do here? The important work while you push your mop around? No, sir. I just clean. That's right. You're nobody. A zero. Remember that. He walked away, laughing. Maya watched him go. Derek wasn't the traitor. He was too arrogant and impulsive. But people like Derek existed because people like Morrison protected them. The breakthrough came on Thursday night. Maya was cleaning the conference room after a late meeting. The agents had left their usual mess. As she cleaned, she found a tablet left on a chair. It belonged to Agent Lisa Grant. Maya recognized the pink case. She should have taken it to Lost and Found. Instead, she turned it on. The tablet wasn't locked. Sloppy security. Maya scrolled through the applications. Email, calendar, nothing unusual. Then she noticed a messaging app she didn't recognize. She opened it. The messages were encrypted, but Maya had been trained to break codes. She spent 3 minutes decrypting them. What she read made her hands shake. The messages were between Lisa and an unknown contact. They discussed an operation scheduled for next week in Prague. Specific details that should have been highly classified. At the bottom was a simple message, payment confirmed. JM sends his regards. JM. James Morrison. Maya quickly took photos of the messages with a tiny camera hidden in her uniform button. Then she deleted her access from the tablet's history and put it back exactly where she found it. She finished cleaning the room, but her mind was racing. This was the evidence she needed. Morrison was the traitor. And Lisa Grant was helping him. But Maya needed more proof. Solid evidence that would hold up in court. She needed to access Morrison's personal computer. Morrison kept his laptop in a locked drawer. Maya had picked the lock months ago, but she couldn't access the computer without his password. But Maya had a special USB cable that a hacker friend had built for her. It looked like an ordinary phone charger. But when plugged into a computer, it would copy the hard drive and install spyware to steal passwords. The problem was it needed 30 minutes to work. And it had to be plugged in when Morrison wasn't around. Maya knew Morrison's schedule perfectly. Every Friday night, he worked late. Around 10 p.m., he would go to a classified briefing in the basement. The briefing always lasted at least 45 minutes. Tonight was Friday. Maya cleaned outside Morrison's office, watching and waiting. At exactly 10:03 p.m., Morrison left, carrying files. He walked to the elevator without looking at her. Maya waited 60 seconds. Then she used her key to enter his office. Her heart pounded as she unlocked the desk drawer and pulled out Morrison's laptop. It was closed but still running. Perfect. She plugged in a USB cable and watched as a tiny LED light began blinking. It was working. Now she just had to wait. Maya tried to stay calm while cleaning the office. 20 minutes passed. 25 minutes. 30 minutes. The LED turned solid green. Done. Maya quickly unplugged the cable and locked the laptop back in the drawer. Everything looked normal. She was putting away her supplies when she heard voices in the hallway. Morrison was coming back early. Maya moved toward the door as Morrison entered with Derek Stone. "Excuse me, sirs," Maya said in her meek voice. "I finish now." Morrison barely looked at her. "Yes, fine. Get out." But Derek was staring at her. "Wait. Why are you here? You usually clean this office at 11 p.m. Maya's mind raced. "Manager tell me clean early tonight. Big meeting tomorrow." "What manager?" Derek asked suspiciously. "Mr. Thompson. Thompson is on vacation this week." Maya looked confused and scared. "Oh. Maybe I confused. Sorry. I go now." Derek blocked her path. "Maybe we should check your cart." "Derek, let her go," Morrison said, annoyed. "We have important things to discuss." But Derek grabbed her cart and searched through it. Cleaning spray, trash bags, paper towels. Then his hand found the USB cable in her pocket. Maya knew 17 ways to disable Derek. But if she did that, her cover was blown. 3 years of work would be wasted. Derek pulled out the cable. "What's this?" Maya looked at it blankly. "Phone charger." "Mine." "Sorry, not supposed to have at work." "Please, I need job." Derek examined it. To him, it looked exactly like a cheap phone charger. "For God's sake," Morrison said. "Stop harassing the cleaning lady. Now can we please have our meeting?" Derek tossed the cable back. "Get lost." Maya grabbed it and hurried out, heart pounding. That was too close. But she'd gotten away with it. And she had the data. Maya didn't go to her apartment. She went to her secret location across town. A small place equipped with encrypted computers and secure internet. She plugged in a USB and reviewed the data. There were thousands of files. Morrison had been careful on the facility's servers, but his personal laptop was full of evidence. Encrypted emails to foreign contacts. Bank accounts in the Cayman Islands. Records of payments totaling millions of dollars. And a list of operations Morrison had sabotaged over 10 years. 37 operations. 37 times that agents had died because Morrison sold them out. Maya felt sick reading through the files. Some of these people she had known. Good people. Dead because of greed. Then she found it. Evidence that Morrison had ordered the bombing that killed her team 5 years ago in Berlin. He'd known they were close to identifying him. So he eliminated them. Maya sat back, tears streaming down her face. She was right. All the sacrifice, all the humiliation, it had been worth it. She had him. But now came the hard part. What to do with this information? Morrison had powerful friends. If she went through official channels, the evidence might disappear. She needed to be smarter. Maya spent the night making copies of everything. She uploaded files to secure servers in 3 different countries. She created packages that would automatically be sent to journalists, FBI agents, and congressional committees if she didn't check in every 24 hours. She was creating insurance. If Morrison tried to kill her, the truth would still come out. By sunrise, she had built a trap Morrison couldn't escape. Monday afternoon, Maya went to Morrison's office during her lunch break. She knocked on the door. "Come in," Morrison called. Maya entered, still playing her role. Head down, looking nervous. "Commander Morrison, sir. I find something while cleaning. Think maybe important." She pulled out a USB drive. On it was one of the encrypted messages between Morrison and his contacts. Morrison's face went pale. "Where did you get that?" "In trash, conference room." "Look strange." "So I save it." "Show you." Morrison stood slowly. His hand moved toward his desk drawer where he kept a gun. "You read this file?" "No, sir. I not understand computer. Just think maybe someone throw away by accident." Morrison studied her carefully. "You did the right thing bringing this to me. This is classified. Very sensitive." "Okay, sir. I go now." "Actually, stay for a moment. I have questions." Morrison pressed a button. Within seconds, Derek Stone and Lisa Grant entered. "Close the door," Morrison ordered. Derek did, then locked it. "This cleaning lady found something she shouldn't have," Morrison said. Lisa looked at Maya coldly. "What did you see?" "Nothing, ma'am, just paper in trash." Morrison smiled without warmth. "The problem is, you found information about national security. And you're not authorized to see that." Derek pulled out his gun. Maya stopped pretending. "You're going to shoot an unarmed cleaning lady in your office?" Maya asked. Her voice was completely different now. No accent. No fear. Just cold calm. Morrison's eyes widened. "Who are you?" Maya straightened up. She took off her glasses. "Captain Maya Chen. Military intelligence. I've been investigating you for 3 years, Commander." "Chen." Morrison's face went pale. "You died in Berlin. You tried to kill me in Berlin. Didn't work. I survived. And I've spent every day collecting evidence against you." Derek moved closer, gun aimed at her head. "You expect us to believe you're undercover? You're a cleaning lady." Maya smiled. "I'm a cleaning lady with 7 languages and 2 master's degrees. Who spent 15 years in military intelligence before you killed my team." She looked at Morrison. "I know everything. The bank accounts. The payments from Russian intelligence. The 37 operations you sabotaged. Everything." "If you have evidence," Lisa said, "why haven't you turned it in?" "Who says I haven't?" Maya showed them her phone screen. A timer counting down. Currently at 4 hours 23 minutes and 15 seconds. In 4 hours, encrypted files containing all my evidence get automatically sent to 53 different people. FBI agents, journalists, congressional committees. The only thing that stops it is me entering a code every 24 hours. Morrison's face turned red. You're bluffing. You want to risk it? Because if I die, your whole network gets exposed. We'll make you give us the code, Derek growled. I was trained to resist interrogation. I've been waterboarded. Had bones broken. You think you can break me in 4 hours? Silence filled the room. What do you want? Morrison finally asked. I want you to confess. Everything. On recording. And then? Then maybe you get a head start before I turn in the evidence. Maybe you make it to a country without extradition. Morrison looked at Derek and Lisa. Okay. But not here, too many listening devices. We'll go to my cabin. 2 hours north. No surveillance, no witnesses. Maya knew it was a trap. But she prepared for that. Fine. But I ride with you. And I keep my phone. Agreed. They drove north in Morrison's black SUV. Morrison drove. Derek sat in front. Maya and Lisa in back. After an hour, Maya spoke. You're not really going to let me go, are you? Morrison glanced at her in the mirror. Of course not. We're going to kill you. Bury your body. Then disappear before your files get released. I figured. Derek turned around, grinning. You should have stayed a cleaning lady. Maya sighed. You know what the problem with arrogant people is? You assume everyone else is stupid. She pulled out her phone and pressed a button. What are you doing? Lisa demanded. Calling my backup. Morrison laughed. We've been jamming your signal. You can't call anyone. Maya smiled. I'm not calling. I'm sending proof of your confession to the FBI. Your admission that you plan to kill me. That just got uploaded. Morrison's eyes went wide. Maya held up her phone, showing a map. I've been tracking every trip you've taken for 3 weeks. Including your meetings with foreign intelligence officers. That information just went to the FBI. Her phone rang. She answered on speaker. Captain Chen. This is Special Agent Rodriguez with the FBI. We've received your data. Units are en route. What's your location? Highway 83, heading north. ETA 7 minutes. Maintain your position. Morrison slammed on the brakes. The SUV stopped on the highway. Get out, he yelled at Maya. But Derek grabbed Maya and put his gun to her head. Drive. We use her as a hostage. That won't work, Maya said calmly. The FBI doesn't negotiate with traitors. Then you die, Derek said. Maya looked at him. People always underestimate me. She moved. Maya's training took over. She twisted in Derek's grip using a combat technique. His gun went off, shattering the window. Her elbow hit Derek's throat. He gagged. She grabbed his gun hand and slammed it against the door. The gun fell. Lisa reached for her weapon. Maya kicked backward, hitting Lisa's face. Blood spurted from her nose. Morrison hit the gas. The SUV lurched forward. Maya grabbed the steering wheel, fighting Morrison for control. The vehicle swerved across the highway and hit the guardrail. Sparks flew. Maya got Derek's gun. She fired twice. One shot hit Derek's shoulder. The second shot hit the front tire. The SUV spun out of control and slid into a ditch. The impact threw everyone forward. Maya's head hit the seat hard. Morrison kicked his door open and stumbled out, pulling his gun. Maya rolled out her door as he fired. The shot missed her by inches. She tried to stand but her legs wouldn't work. Morrison looked at her, then at the approaching sirens. This isn't over, he said. He ran into the woods. FBI vehicles arrived 2 minutes later. Agent Rodriguez ran to Maya. "Are you injured?" "I'm fine." Morrison went into the woods. "Northwest." "He's armed." Rodriguez sent a team after him. Maya lay back, staring at the sky. After 3 years, it was over. They found Morrison 3 hours later trying to cross into Canada. He was arrested. Derek Stone and Lisa Grant were taken into custody. Maya spent 2 days in the hospital. Cracked ribs, concussion, cuts and bruises. But she was alive. And Morrison would spend the rest of his life in prison. Maya returned to Building 47 one last time, 6 months after Morrison's arrest. She wore her military dress uniform with all her medals. The guards at the entrance barely recognized her at first. Then one of them realized who she was and snapped to attention. "Captain Chen." "Ma'am, we didn't know you'd be visiting today." Maya smiled. "Just collecting some personal items." As she walked through the facility, everything looked different. Or maybe she was different. People stared at her now, but not with contempt. With respect, with awe. She passed the cafeteria where she'd eaten countless lonely meals. Several agents were having lunch. When they saw her, they stood up. Agent Tom Carter, who had once dumped coffee on the floor for her to clean, approached nervously. "Captain Chen," he said, his voice shaking. I need to apologize. The things I said to you. The way I treated you. I was horrible. There's no excuse." Maya looked at him. He seemed genuinely ashamed. "Do you know what you taught me, Agent Carter?" Maya asked. He shook his head. "You taught me that people reveal their true character when they think there are no consequences. You thought I was powerless, so you showed me who you really were. A man who felt better about himself by making others feel small." Tom's face went red. "You're right. And I'm ashamed. I've requested a transfer. I don't deserve to work here anymore." Maya considered this. Part of her wanted to let him leave in disgrace. But another part remembered what her first training officer had told her: everyone deserves a chance to be better. "Don't transfer," Maya said. "Stay here. But be different. Be the agent who treats everyone with respect, regardless of their position. Be someone who remembers that the person you're ignoring might be the most important person in the room." Tom's eyes filled with tears. "I will. I swear it." She went to the cleaning supply closet where she'd kept her cart for 3 years. Inside were personal items she'd hidden. Photos of her team who died in Berlin. Her father's medal from Vietnam. A small notebook with her investigation notes written in code. She collected them carefully, placing them in a box. "Captain Chen." Maya turned. It was Agent Sarah Willis, a young Agent Morrison had planned to betray. Maya had sent her an anonymous warning just in time, saving her life. "I wanted to thank you," Sarah said. "And apologize. I was one of the people who treated you badly when you worked here. I made jokes about you. I ignored you when you spoke. I'm so sorry." Maya studied the young woman. She looked genuinely remorseful, with tears in her eyes. "Do you know why I chose to work as a cleaning lady?" Maya asked. Sarah shook her head. "Because cleaning ladies are invisible. People say things around them they'd never say to someone they respected. They leave classified documents on desks. They have conversations in hallways. They drop their guard completely. It's the perfect cover for intelligence gathering." "Still," Sarah said, "we should have treated you with respect regardless of your job. I learned something important from you. Everyone matters. Everyone deserves dignity." "Good," Maya said. "Then my 3 years weren't wasted. Not just because I caught a traitor, but because I taught people like you to see everyone as human." Director Catherine Walsh from the FBI arrived at Building 47 that afternoon. She found Maya standing in Morrison's old office, now empty and cleared of all his belongings. "Captain Chen," Walsh said. "I wanted to speak with you personally. What you did here, the patience, the discipline, the sacrifice. It's extraordinary." "I was just doing my job," Maya said. "For 3 years. Alone. Letting people humiliate you every single day." Walsh shook her head. "Most agents couldn't have done that. The psychological toll alone." "It was hard," Maya admitted. "Some days I wanted to quit. To reveal myself. To show them who I really was. But then I'd remember my team. The people Morrison killed. And I'd keep going." Walsh sat down. "I have a proposal for you. We want to create a training program. Teach agents to work undercover in service positions. Show them how powerful invisibility can be. Would you be willing to lead it?" Maya thought about it. Part of her wanted to retire. To rest. To try to be normal again after 3 years of pretending. But another part of her knew the work wasn't done. There were more traitors out there. More agents who needed to learn that everyone matters. "Yes," Maya said. "I'll do it." Maya stood in front of 20 new intelligence recruits. "Welcome to the Invisible Corps," she said. "Over the next 6 months, you'll learn to go undercover in service positions. Cleaning staff, security guards, delivery drivers. You'll learn what it's like to be invisible." One recruit raised her hand. "Is it true you worked as a cleaning lady for 3 years?" Maya smiled. "I did. Worst 3 years of my life in some ways. But also the most important. It taught me what I was capable of." She looked at each recruit. "This program will teach you that intelligence work isn't always about guns. Sometimes it's about a mop and bucket. Sometimes it's about being patient enough to watch for 3 years. And you'll learn to treat every person with respect. Because you'll know what it's like to be invisible." The recruits filed out to begin their training. Maya stayed behind, looking at the hallway where she'd pushed her squeaky cart so many times. It had been hard. 3 years of humiliation and sacrifice. But worth it. She'd learned that strength isn't about being loud or powerful. Sometimes strength is being quiet. Patient, willing to be underestimated while doing the work that needs to be done. Maya walked out with her head high. She was no longer invisible. But she would never forget what it felt like. And she would make sure no one in service positions would be treated the way she had been. Because everyone matters. Everyone is watching. And the person you dismiss today might be the hero who saves you tomorrow.